In this lecture, we're going to be exploring the universal human needs that connect all humans. Now, you may be familiar with these through Maslow's hierarchy of needs. These are our sort of motivations. This is what motivates us in life. They're our life-serving motivations. They're kind of the life force that moves through us and sort of as us. And this is where we're seeking fulfillment. It helps us to feel alive and feel well when we can connect with these needs. In this course, we do have some kind of key assumptions about the needs. And that is that all humans share the same needs. So if you're wondering whether something really is a need, think about whether people all around the world have the same need, all ages, in all eras. So for example, if I say, I really need some chocolate right now, is that a need? The answer is no. It's a strategy to meet a need, which may be energy. I'm feeling tired and I want some sugar. Might be comfort. Might be nourishment if you think that chocolate's good for you. So just start to sort of notice when you're thinking that you need something and think about whether it's shared by all humans. As I said, this is kind of like the life force that's moving through us, and when we can be connected to our needs and aware of what other people are meeting in trying to meet, in how they're trying to meet their needs, again, our sort of emotional regulation and emotional intelligence starts to grow. Everything that we do is trying to meet a need. All behavior is connected to these universal human needs. So when I'm eating, I'm usually trying to give myself some physical sustenance or nourishment. I could also be trying to comfort myself or soothe myself. Maybe I'm talking to a friend about a problem that I have. This is because I want some understanding, or I want to be heard. So everything that people do is connected to this life force of human needs. We may not like the behavior or the things that they say, but if we can start to connect with what's behind it, what's underneath the words that are being said to us or the behavior, then the compassion starts to grow. So when we see all needs as equal, then we become more compassionate. If I think of your needs mattering as much as my needs mattering, then I'm more likely to look for solutions that are a win-win, that work for you as well as for me. And when we can connect with this thought, this sort of assumption or way of approaching life, we can become more creative. There are so many ways to meet our needs. Our feelings are what guide us to our needs. The feelings are the body's feedback loop. So when my needs are fulfilled, I'm generally having positive feelings of satisfaction and contentment and aliveness. When I'm experiencing my needs as not being fulfilled is when I'm having the so-called negative emotions. So shame, anger, irritation, frustration. This is just my body trying to communicate with me that there are some strong needs here that it wants to be fulfilled or connected to. When we stay really connected to our needs and the idea that we always have a choice, we start to become more empowered in our life. So there's less of sort of victimhood, less of being a victim, that I don't have a choice and life is working against me, and more of a sense of I can create the life that I want because I always have a choice. So these are assumptions, if you like, and it probably takes a bit of exploring. You may want to do a bit of journaling around it. It's a good idea to just have a think about these. Now, there is a list of the human needs that you can download. And what I would like you to do is think of different situations in your life, again, both positive and negative, and try to identify the needs. So these are the things that you long for, your core values. What do you most desire for your life? And again, these are things that are shared by all humans across all eras and age groups and genders all around the world, cultures. So for example, in the memorial service, when I didn't stop my friend and didn't include the woman who was talking to me, I'm listening to my inner critic and self-soothing, which I've got some strategies of ways that you can kind of deal with the harshness. And as I turn towards the inner critic, it starts to settle down and I can connect with what my needs are, what really matters to me. And so one of my core values is inclusion. And I felt sad that I didn't try to include that woman in the conversation. Okay, so I'm connecting with my value of inclusion, of treating people with kindness and care. These are my longings, if you like. So your practice then is to either work with the same example that you've worked on in previous lectures, or choose a new example. Okay, download the Universal Human Needs sheet and just identify the needs in that situation. And the word need can be a bit loaded. We have ideas around people being too needy. So there's other language that's kind of useful to use here, and you can download this sheet as well, the language for expressing needs. If you want to avoid the word need, you can use words like long for, wish for, want. I really want some peace right now. Oh, I'm just longing for some space. I really value connectedness, deep and meaningful conversations when I feel connected to people. Okay, so using other words for need can sometimes help you connect more deeply to these words. And just start to, again, like the feelings words, kind of develop a literacy with these words. And there's different ways that you can kind of colloquialize the language. Like if the word autonomy was a new one for me when I first started getting into this approach to living. So you can use language like, particularly say with children, you wouldn't say, do you need some autonomy right now? It might be, are you longing for more choice? Are you wanting more choice in what activity you're going to do right now? And this is how you can speak to yourself as well. It's like, starting to, the sort of compassionate self steps in and can model to the inner critic a kinder way to speak to yourself. It sounds like you're really wanting some space right now.